Alright, what's up guys? I hope you guys are having a great Monday and a good start to your week. Looking at Bitcoin right here, if you're long Bitcoin, you're probably not that happy about this price action right here. Let's take a look at this. So I like for me there's no trade going on here on Bitcoin, and because Bitcoin looks the way it looks like right now with the range, kind of looks like a range between the 44 region down to the 35 36 region or so. For me, trading in this environment as a trend following swing trader is just not great, right? So let's add the daily 20 and the daily 50, as well as the well, let's not look at the 4 hours. So for for Bitcoin right here, we are below the 20 EMA in a daily and below the 50 EMA in a daily. And honestly, I don't put a lot of weight on the moving averages when we are in a range, because when we're in range, the moving averages is going to continue to move sideways and crisscross each other and not really give a good sense of direction, right? So what I'm thinking here for Bitcoin is we need to see a move, some clarity here. We need to see a move that we could trade, right? So looking at the 4 hour, it's just not really clear what we're looking at right here, but it's obviously it's clear what we're looking at, but not what we're looking for, I should say. So for me, sign of strength would be to reclaim the 40k region, right? So that's what I'm mainly looking at right now. The 40k region, that would be a sign of strength, right? Somewhere around this line right here. It's a pretty decent SR level. Now, yes, that would be a sign of strength, but just a reclaim of that area would still mean we're below the daily 50 EMA. But remember, I don't put a lot of weight on moving averages when we're in a range, right? If we reclaim the 40k region, we also it's probably also going to be the range EQ of this range. So if you take the low and the high, you're going to see that it's the range EQ area, I would say, right here. So look at the daily and you see it kind of makes sense. We could adjust this range by using that low. That would probably make more sense. And then with that, you will see that the 40k region actually comes in as in perfect confluence with the range EQ by using that low and this low in together with that high wick. And I'm using that because of this level right here as well. But even if we draw that down like here, down here to get it more touches, it's still in pretty good area and a pretty good confluence with the 40k region, right? So that would be a reclaim of, let's remove the moving averages because they're just not really useful here. So that would be a reclaim of range EQ, and when you have a reclaim of range EQ, I would think that it would make sense to see a move back up to the range highs. And at the range highs, we have a pretty decent support and resistance area right here. At around the midpoint of that level would be 44.4. Let's do 5. That makes sense. So 44.5k is the next resistance above if 40k gets reclaimed. Now, if we start moving lower, right? If we continue to move lower, we have the range low area where I would say the midpoint of that level would be somewhere around 35.5, right? We got 35.5 as the support below, right? So this is the range. Now what happens if we break below the range, right? If we break below the range, we have in an area around here, which I'm looking at. And the midpoint, the EQ, if you will, the midpoint of that level would be 29. Let's do 29. Or 29, let's see, 29 29.3. Right there. So this is my view right now looking at Bitcoin. This is what I'm watching on Bitcoin right now. I'm watching a major range here, right? But even with that being a range, I'm still looking at it from a perspective where you could trade, you know, level to level, right? But I'm just doing TA here. I'm just doing analysis on Bitcoin here. I don't have any trade ideas for you guys right here, because remember, I'm trading one system and one strategy. And that strategy is based on finding a market that is trending, right? Bitcoin is not trending right now. I see very few altcoins that are trending as well. There might be some altcoins that are trending to the downside. I will look closer on that. I will, you know, take a closer look at that later. But I'm just trying to get a view of what Bitcoin is doing here to get a sense of what I might be trading on an altcoin. So if Bitcoin reclaims range EQ here, which is around 40K, I'm thinking we're going to get a move up to 44.5. Now that's not going to be a trade on Bitcoin, because remember, for me, it's going to be almost impossible to trade that with my system, because if I go long, if I'm going to go long, price needs to be above all of these moving averages. Now that might happen if we come down here and then reclaim this level, because that means the daily 50 and the daily 20 might be in here, so there might be a break and retest of the daily moving average, but still it's in a range, so I don't really trade ranges. Now, however, if this move happens, or this move happens, there might be an altcoin that will follow this move, and that altcoin might be in a trend, or at least a local trend, and not a major range like Bitcoin. And then, of course, if we fail to hold range low, I'm thinking we're going to see a move back down to 29. So the 29, 28 area is where we have major support. And that's where I believe we will get a bounce, because there's most likely a lot of liquidity down there. We will probably see a relief rally or dead cat bounce or whatever, like just a bullish price action coming in. Now, if we do hit this level with some bullish price action, we need to reclaim the previous range lows for some real strength to get in. So let's say we get something like this. Now, if we just come up here and it's a bearish rejection, well, it's going to be very bearish, obviously. But if we reclaim this level, that might be a sign of strength, and this could then be the major bottom. But you know, we don't know, nobody knows. But that's just some scenarios I have in mind for Bitcoin. Now, again, note that I'm not going to trade this move on Bitcoin. I'm probably going to trade it on an altcoin. All right, that's it. Just a quick update on Bitcoin. All right, guys, take care.